Hello, my name is JGarvey. I'm a fourth year landscape architecture student, and this is my final presentation for Caroline Westhort's LA 478 class. I wanted to create basically a mound that you could modify with your mouse using a series of concentric circles that would represent the contours of the mound. So I had to start off with just creating some simple circles that are spaced equally apart. Each one is drawn on top of the previous one, and it gets smaller. The radius changes. For the next step, I wanted to be able to change the radius with my mouse, so I used the mouse dragged function to do that. We'll play that one. The center of my circles is still focused at the center of the window, so when I click, the circles expand off the center. I'm holding my mouse down. If I let go, nothing happens. If I click again, there you go. The next thing I wanted to be able to do was to move my circles around the window, and then also grow or shrink the radius. So I do that. So it flickers a little bit. It's really hard to see, but if I'm holding the mouse down right now. If I move away from the origin, which is the top left of the window, the circles get bigger. And the center also follows where my mouse is located in the window. Now when I started moving this into 3D, I kind of lost control of it, so I'll show you how I had to do that. So I have basically a static picture. You can't move it. Nothing changes. I created a loop for the radius instead of having it hard-coded, so that I wouldn't have to type it every time. If I wanted to change it, I could just change the initial radius and the amount that it changed. Unfortunately, it would draw all of the circles, then it would translate and it would draw them all again, instead of drawing one, translating and drawing a smaller one. That was the problem I ran into with loops, especially once I moved into 3 dimensions. So I had to go back to the hard code for the final step. So now when I click and I move, oh, these have changed. I'll move this back to 100. So my mound, basically my mound form, moves vertically along the z-axis based on my distance of my mouse from the center of the window. I'll scroll down through the code so you can just take a look at how I did that. Eventually I want to be able to create a solid mound form with this. I'm still trying to figure that out, and then also be able to change it to a depression, so I'd have to change that from a distance. I'd change the z variable from distance to something else. And this can be used to create different size mounds at different places in the window, just by changing little bits of code here and there. So that's what I got so far. Thank you for watching. See you later.